بناوي خوا أو كاتتان باش من كجال محمدي lecture assistant ملا زانكوي knowledge department pharmacy يمرو دمويت بحثي elementi assessment عم بكم لا مودولي competency based curriculum هر وهاك همو من ديزاين لدنيا إمرو دا traditional method كان ناتواني ام بيجي نتوا امان جانا كلا بروسي ليرنينغ هم انا بو فرخوازه كان من تقريبا دتوانا بلي استهمو دنيا خليك دروات برا او ريغايا كلا ريغاي competency based curriculum موديل كان ديكوا فرخوازه كان آماده بك بو يك بتوان بروننا بازاري كار واتە ئەوەیەکە وەکو ترادیشنال مێتۆدەکان فوکوس ناکاتە سەر بەس نەولێجەکان بەڵکو فوکوس دەکاتە سەر سکیلزەکان کۆمپتەنسیەکان ئەو کات نەولێج لە ئاخریشەوە learning outcome واتەوەیە کە کاتێ فێرخوازی من دێدا دەنیشێک لەسەر مۆدێڵەکەی من دەزانێت کە لە ئاخری ئەو مۆدێڵە فێرخوازەکەی من فێری چی دەبێت ئەو چی یارمەتیەک دەتوانێت بدات ئەو مۆدێڵە بۆ ئەوەیەکەوە فێرخوازی منە بڕواتە ناو بازاڕی کار بۆ ئەسسمنتەکەی ئێمە چەند ڕێگامان هەیە یەکمین شت ئێمە دێم ئەسسمنت دەکەین بە چ شێوازێک بۆ ئەوەی کە بزانین تەڵەبەی ئێمە لە پێشەوە چی دەزانێت یعنی ئەو پەریۆر لێرنینگەکانی ئێمە دێنین لێرە گرنگی پێدەدەین وەکو پێشتە وەکو ئێستای کوردستان نییە کە ئەگەر تەڵەبە لە مەحەد تەخەڕوج دەکات دێت دەیەوێت ناو زانکۆیەکە دەرس بخێنێت دیسان دەبێت لە سفرەوە دەست پێ بکاتەوە نەوەهانیە دێن تواشا دەکەن لە ماوەی ئەو دوو ساڵە ئەو شتانەوە فێر بووە ئەوانیە لێ حەزف دەکەن ئەو کات ئەو بەشەی کە ماوە بۆ وێکە بتوانێت تەڵەبە بگێتەوە ئاستێک کە بەکالەرسیە وەرگێت بەس ئەو ئیسیتیانە خڕ دەکاتەوە ئەو دەبێتە ئەو شتەوە پێشتر فێر بووە ئەو کات دێت لە ئەو ماوەیە کە دێتە ناو زانکۆ هەندێکی شتێکی دیکە دەبێت فێر بێت کە ئەو دەبێتە سومێتیڤ ئەسسمنتەکانی و لە ئاخریشەوە ئەو فێربووەکانی هەموو خڕ دەکاتەوە کە دەتوانێت بڕوات بگێتە ناو بازاڕی کارۆ فۆرمەتیڤ ئەسسمنتەکانە بۆ ئەوەیە کە ئێمە بتوانیم ئەرزشیابیە بکەین کە تەڵەبەکانمان ئێستا ئەو تەلەبە حالیان ئەو مودلەکە وەری گرتووە من بچ شێوازێک لە تەڵەبەکەم دەتوانم ئەسسمنتی لێ وەرگرم بزانم ئایا ئەو شتەکە من ویستومە تەڵەبەکەم تێگەیشتووە تەڵەبەکەم ئامادەی ئەوە بووە کە ئەو لێرنینگ ئاوتکامەکە کە من ویستومە وەری گرتووە یان نا سێ ڕێگا هەیە یەکەمین شت مشاهدەی ئەمەلکردیە واتە ئەوەیە کە ئێمە بین لە توول ئەو سمیسترە لە توول ئەو مودێڵە کە ئێمە لەگەڵ ئەو تەڵەبە هەمانە دەبێت تەڵەبەکەمان ببینیم بزانین بە چه شێوازی ئەکتیڤیتی هەیە بتوانین بەو شێوازە ئەرزشیابی بکەین دومین شتی ئازموونی مەهارەتەکانە وەکۆیەکە پرۆژەیەکیان پێدەدەین یان بەرنامەیەکیان پێدەدەین نمونەی کاری ئەو بەرنامە بۆمان دێنەوە یان ئەو پرۆژە دەڕۆن ئەنجامی دەدەن ئەنجامەکەی دەبینینەوە ئەویش ڕێگایەکی دیکەیە بۆ ئەرزشیابیکردن یان سێوەمین ڕێگای دێن ئازموونێکی تێۆریان لێ دەکەین ئازموونێکی کەتبیان لێ دەکەین لە ئەو بەشە تێۆریە لە ئەو بەشە نەولەجێک کە بە لەلایەن لە ڕێگای تێۆریەوە وەریان گرتووە ئێمە ئازموونێکی کەتبیان دەکەین بۆ ئەوەیە کە بزانین تەڵەبەکانمان ئەو شتێکی ئێمە ویستومانەوە کە ئەوانی تێبگەن تێگەیشتوونە یاننا هیوادارم توانی بێتم یارمەتیتان بدەم زۆر سپاس.
Hello everyone, so now I am going to talk about the mission of competency-based curriculum. A curriculum that emphasizes the complex outcome of a learning process, that is to say knowledge, skills, and attitude to be applied by learners rather than mainly focusing on what learners are expected to learn about in terms of a traditionally defined subject content. In principle, such a curriculum is a learner-centered and adaptive to the changing needs of students, teachers, and society. It implies that learning activities and environments are chosen so that learners can acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, and attitude to the situations they encounter in everyday life. Competency-based curricula are usually designed around a set of key competencies that can be cross-curricular and or subject-bound. So what are the mission goals? At this point, we need to consider the following question to help framing the goals around the competency-based curriculum missions. First of all, what are the broad advantages of competency-based learning and why are these important? Secondly, what are the specific benefits it can offer to our institutions? Third, what are some of the unique goals of our institution around this? How will measure the success of this initiative for our institutions? What is the content required to support the development of the specific competency in the curriculum? And finally, what are the instructional strategies and methods that are most effective in developing the competency? So in this short video, I mentioned the main point around the mission of competency-based curriculum. Thank you.
My part is going to explain about the two issues which are very important with the competency-based curriculum. First of all, work-life relevance, which is in this context, the concept of work-life relevance means the studies in higher education should correspond to the demands of non-academic work, meaning that the competencies developed during the study program are relevant to the needs of the work. The curriculum should disclose what a student is capable of doing after finishing the study, meaning after graduation. This demand includes a cooperation with the employers. Furthermore, the future demands of society and its changes should be foreseen in a predicted collaboration with the stakeholders in order to prepare these students for the job market. In competence-based curriculum, both the general and specific competencies and areas of expertise directly related to the current and predicted future demands of working life. A student transition into employment in a field specific to or related to the his or her education is viewed as a good metric by which to measure the work-life relevance of the expertise developed, meaning that knowledge and expertise as well are ways which these are dependent and developed further are described as comprehensively as possible to enable the student to understand and also utilize what he or she learning both upon entry into the employment and while studying. Generally, the professional competencies must be connected to a subject-specific competencies alongside with the overall competence area and learning objectives of the program, courses or modules in the question. The cooperation between the works or worlds of work and education and different projects and initiatives is crystallized through the specific ways in which overall duration learning of education and expertise are realized, the choice of learning environments and during study counseling. A project-based cooperation and learning in authentic work settings are facilitated, made apparent in a description of curriculum and different levels of study. Multidisciplinary supervision and peer learning are very important in this issue and are generally a collaborative way naturally supported and fostered sponsorships with the professional level experts interested in multi-professional activities. And in this way, the implementation of curriculum should enable students to have a job learn things directly connect to the work, carrying out their own teaching work, as well as participating in research development projects. Provide teachers with a valuable insight in order to prepare the new students for the new demands of the world and society, and being able to provide the knowledge and expertise they already gained during their studies. The second issue I'm trying to, or I'm going to explain, is the guidance for the student in the competency-based curriculum. And in this matter, the guidance needs to the student must be organized in a coherent way that supports the realization of learning objectives and overall well-being of the students in full duration of their studies. And at the end, the different modes of the students, guidance takes and its permit must be clearly described, and the students must be made aware of these accordingly. Many higher education institutions use the student guidance manual that outlines the various aspects or roles of the supervisors and study counselors and departments in order to prepare their duties and responsibility to be ready for all the students at different stages of the meaning that the student in different stages of his study or her study they are already receiving full support and evaluation and also guidance for them from the institution he or she is studying. The various forms of the professional development guidance takes in the curriculum are supposed to be prepared in a very well manner. The guidance and counseling must be student oriented, and this is very important. Provided
Hi everyone. Hi my colleagues. My name is Sajjad Mohammed. I have a master in pharmacognosy, College of Pharmacy, Hawler Medical University. Today I want to talk about one of the important elements which is required for the competency-based curriculum, which is called pedagogical methods. Pedagogical method, what's meant by pedagogical method? Pedagogical method, it's the selections of the teaching method. As we know, we have different types of teaching or learning methods, such as drama-based learning, project-based learning, inquiry-based learning, flipped classroom, and others. So to prepare a structure and content of my curriculum, it's important for me to choose one or more than one of these methods for my curriculum to be competence-based and to achieve my goal, which is the learning outcome. So first, I depend on my previous experience and the experience of my colleagues in the same department in my college for preparing this structure and for prepare the content of my curriculum. And then I depend on the students' feedback, especially of the students of previous years. It's important for me for structure of my curriculum, because by this feedback, I know which type of this method of learning can improve my student skills. And then I depend on the stakeholder, because the stakeholder have more knowledge and informations about the labor market. They know which type of the competence is important in the labor market, and also they can predict the labor market future. So I collect all of these informations to make a structure and content of my curriculum. So finally, I can decide which types of these methods it's important for me to improve my student skills and achieve my learning outcome. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Saif, teacher of virology and immunology at Knowledge University, 3rd and 4th class. I'm also a student of PhD first class in College of Medicine at Nahran University. Now, today I will talk about the alignment, which is basic part of CBC system. Comprehensive and cohesive curriculum alignment. So, comprehensive and cohesive curriculums mean that all part, it is competition learning modules, pedagogical method, mode of assessment, modules, assessment tools, assessment criteria are aligned. The overarching alignment of all aspects of the curriculum means that all stakeholders are able to support each other and function of consist way. The key factor contributing to the sustainable alignment of curriculum are study program. As a whole, its target competition models are related to the a care area of experience, standing alone models and layering objective and coherent themes, course, and the program. The various competence-based learning objectives associated with models of assessment for the delivery of program are drawn according to the European and national framework of reference for the qualification. The competence-based learning objective describes what the student is expected to know, understanding, and able to do upon the completion of course in question. The reference for this competence-based learning objective are grouped in the learning outcome that describe it in the terms of knowledge, skill, and competence. Depending on competence, can see the requirement levels, assessment criteria set for the learning object. There is often focus on the objective and contents of the individual modules course or even whole program. However, in order to achieving comprehensive and consistent theory that provides institute teams everything together, as well as the dynamic concept of the learning and learning object and teaching method and modes, and assessment must also examine the terms of whole package of competence, include the models, theme, and degree of qualification. Thank you for listening. I will meet you in next activity, inshallah. See you.